you ready for some excuses, Keith?
Oh, I guess so. I guess we're going to have to be. We got the really bad news yesterday on the show that my number one target in free agency for the Boston Red Sox signed elsewhere. And by elsewhere, I mean in the division with the Baltimore Orioles, who are known for spending and winning. Two things synonymous with the Orioles of Baltimore, spending big money and winning baseball games.
Yeah. The excuses are coming in fast and furious on what was a very, very disappointing day yesterday.
It was terrible. It was really bad. And it's funny because we didn't have all the information yet when we got off the air yesterday.
Nope.
And maybe we still don't have every single detail, but we were wondering, are they going to say that they were close? Are we going to get reports that they were all around it, or they were super interested and he just chose he wanted to go to Baltimore for whatever reason? No. What we heard has not made it any better. In fact, quite worse.
I would say it got a lot worse. Tim Healy with some very good reporting on this from the Boston Globe. And you can discuss it all day long here on Jones and Keefe, 617-779-7937. That's how you get in touch. Interact, Twitter and Instagram at Jones and Keefe. You can watch along and chat. Twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. Always, and I mean always, a healthy chat going on Twitch. Do the same on YouTube. Watch, chat, subscribe to WEEI. You heard Morosi and Heyman off the top. They're like, they can
screaming at each other. Calm down, guys.
Yeah, they got some audio issues there, I think, at MLB Network. But they're just like, these 4 names, and they could get 2 out of them. I'm like, I bet they're not going to at this point in time.
They can't even believe it.
I think it's been a disaster.
I don't have any faith that's going to happen.
No.
Which I guess I'm late to the party on, but we'll get to that coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Healy with good reporting on this, as I was starting to say. He says the Red Sox offer to Pete Alonso was for fewer years and significantly less money than he got from the Baltimore Orioles. That's good.
So they were not close. So 5 years.
1.429, $626.
That was the whole offer.
He was like, no thanks.
Yeah,
he's like, for the season or for the, what?
Yeah.
So 5 years for 155. Because we saw Kyle Schwarber sign, the day before?
Yep.
And we were looking at that number, and we're like, Kyle Schwarber's coming off a monster year, but Pete Alonso at least owns a glove and plays in the field and is a consistent, high 30s, 40s home run guy. He just turned 31. Can play first base. You need a first baseman. He's a right-handed stick. You need a right-handed stick. Seemed kind of like the perfect guy. And 5 for 155 was too much?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing?
Well,
3 years? What are you doing?
Well, here's what maybe you didn't know.
Okay.
Is that Pete Alonso is old.
He's not.
That was another item from Tim Healy.
He's old?
The Red Sox were wary of Pete Alonso because of his age. Pete Alonso just turned
I just said this.
31.
31, he just had a birthday party.
On December 7th.
Did he even go?
Alex Bregman.
You're too old!
Is that a trampoline park?
Alex Bregman, Keefe, I got bad news for the Red Sox.
How old's he?
31.
The heck?
32 in March.
Don't sign him. So he's older.
Yes.
So Bregman's older than Alonso.
Ketel Marte? They've been linked to him, right? I mean, Heyman and Morosi just gabbing about him, hollering at each other about Ketel Marte.
He's a senior citizen compared to these guys.
Already 32.
Already 32?
33 next October. So
Come on, next October?
Yeah.
It's like a year from now.
Well, I'm just saying, in the playoffs, he could turn 30. He could be a Larry Bird
Pete
33
Alonso
in the
is going to be
playoffs.
32 next December. Yeah, he's 31 now.
He'll be 33 in the playoffs if you get there,
Right.
Keith. That's
So
all.
if
he'll have a playoff birthday.
Good point.
Yeah.
If he's digging in game 2 of the World Series.
Next season, he will be, at some point in October, 33. So, I don't, do they understand how to even cover their tracks? I kind of appreciate they're like, guys, we weren't even close. We were nowhere near that offer, okay? We weren't second. We might not have been third. We were nowhere near it. To say he's too old?
Too old.
You're worried about
Can't win with him.
Worried about how he's going to age, and out the other side of your mouth, you're in on Alex Bregman and Ketel Marte, among others. Yeah. How old's Suarez?
How old's Sonny Gray?
Good one. Sonny Gray is what, 36?
No, he's 34, I think, or whatever. No, maybe he is 36.
You look that up. I'm looking.
Suarez is 34.
Thank you.
Suarez 34.
They're in on all old players.
He's
and they're
36. Sonny Gray's 36.
Nothing but old players. And they're like, yeah, we don't know that Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso, look at him, he's old.
Suarez will be 35 next July. Better than October.
Yeah, good.
I think he had his second or third best season last year. Pete Alonso is consistent as heck.
I mean,
38 dingers, 126 RBI, 871 OPS, which is the second best of his career outside of his rookie year when he hit 53 bombs and was the rookie of the year. He had a career high 41 doubles last year. He played in every game. The year before that, he played in every game.
Okay, well, I was just going to say this. Ready?
Alonso plays every night.
Alonso's game played outside
it's
of
crazy.
Outside of 2020. Let's skip 2020
but
because
even then,
that wasn't a real
3
year.
games.
Okay. 161, 152, 160, 154, 162, 162 led the Bigs the last 2 years. You want his home runs minus the COVID year?
I think he's literally missed like 20 games in 7 seasons.
Home runs,
Yeah.
53, 37, 40, 46, 34, 38. Again, subtracting the COVID year.
It's like if you were like designing a player that the Red Sox needed, that's him.
He's like a lock to play 150 and hit 40 homers.
Correct.
And they're like,
Too old.
I don't know how he's going to age.
Nah, I don't want him.
Which is just, that is Red Sox level garbage excuse.
So are they
making.
only doing 3-year deals now?
I guess.
With opt-outs?
I guess.
Really 1-year deals like Alex Bregman a year ago?
No, this is the real shame in it. And I think we articulated this yesterday, but it was later in the show. And if you're just tuning in and maybe you missed it, the shameful thing with Alonso is that he is the kind of player they've signed.
Yeah.
We don't even think about. We didn't even mention all offseason Kyle Tucker, who's still a free agent and still technically out there, but it's like we don't even bring his name up. It's not even
know it's not happening.
It's not even worth bringing up because they are not going to spend 300, 350, 400 million on a player. Okay, fine. We all disagree with it. We all think they should, but they won't.
Right.
100+ million for 155 million for a player really isn't all that much money. Especially for a guy who, again, is a lock to play 150, a lock to hit 40. You need a big bat. You have money to spend without Rafi Devers here, which this is where, again, I'm with the Devers people.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to spend the Devers money, and at some point, you got to replace the bat. I don't miss him. I think he's overrated. Keith, how many times he finished in the top 10 in MVP voting ever?
Oh, my God. Alonso?
No.
Or Devers?
No, Devers.
Oh, zero.
Zero. Never done it. Never been there.
Yeah.
So I think he's overrated. I don't miss him.
No, but you got to replace him. There's some production there.
Replace him.
We're not ignoring the fact that the guy would hit 30 home runs.
And this is, in John Henry's current budget, I thought an exceptionally reasonable, affordable kind of deal. The exact kind of player on the exact kind of deal. He costs you a fraction of Devers. He's a better player than Devers. He's going to give you more production than Devers.
Yeah.
And he'll be out there and he'll even play the field if you ask him.
Sure, got a glove.
Kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And they go,
nah,
we're nowhere near it. He's too old.
Can't do it.
That's shameful.
They re-signed Aroldis Chapman this year. He's 37. They gave Trevor Story a 6-year deal when he was 29. So I understand he was younger, but they gave him a 6-year deal, and he's a worse player. And they did it at a time where they had Bogarts on the roster. They made him play a different position, and then now they've had to move him back, and they might even move him again. When they signed Yoshida, he was already 29. That was a 5-year deal. He won't hit as many home runs in his career as Alonso had last year.
He's aging well, though. He went 4-3 last year.
Yeah, he actually had a streak there where he was kind of hot as a pistol.
Oh, yeah.
He was. But, no, this is devastating just because it kind of checked all the boxes for what the Red Sox were looking for. We all came up with our Red Sox plans. We had a lot of listeners coming with plans and everything else, and it was like, Tarek Skubal, I understand, not the most realistic, right? Even Kyle Schwarber, we liked him. We're like, where's really the fit? And like, so there's a lot of names that are out there, but you're like, no. Most people, it was like Pete Alonso and Bregman, or like Pete Alonso, and in my case, anybody else to play over there, Bo Bichette, Bregman, whoever. Yeah, if you want a pitcher, great. But you could almost, and it would be disappointing, but if you told me that all they're adding to the staff is Sonny Gray and Oviedo, I'm like, I don't love that, but okay, those two guys are certainly going to be better than Walker Buehler and maybe Giolito. And I mean, Giolito had a good season, but like,
you'd hope
the upside's there.
You'd hope the combination can outperform those two.
And
not a lock, but you'd hope they could, and I think that's reasonable to expect.
Yeah, and you still have Garrett Crochet kind of carrying that thing, so it's not like you're void of like a true number one. You have a number one. So yeah, you would like to add to that, but if you didn't, and you added Pete Alonso to the lineup, you're like, all right. Now we got some guys there. You got Roman Anthony hitting in front of them. Like, you can sort of see what a good, productive lineup could look like. Now you don't have him. He's the only other guy on the market that is capable of 45, 50 home runs. He's one of the few guys that you'd want to play first base. So now you don't have a middle of the order bat. You don't have a first baseman. So I don't know where you turn now at that spot. Right? I mean, there are still other names, and we let off the show with Heyman and Morosi barking at each other about some of these other names. but that would be fine. But now, like, you literally do need 2 of those names. And even still, it's going to be a little bit underwhelming.
I mean, are we sure those 2 off the top?
I'm not sure they get 2 of those names. I'm just saying.
Are we sure they even get Bregman at this point in time?
No.
Imagine. I'm like, boy, it's going to be disappointing when they only sign Bregman and they run it back with him. And, whatever the contract is, at this point, I think they need to bring him back. And I like Bregman, and I wanted Bregman all along, but, like, that is underwhelming when you already had him on the team.
Well, now they're going to have to, like, pay through the nose to get him.
But fine, now they should.
Yeah.
I'm now at a point where I'm like, are they even getting – what do they do if they don't get him?
Oh, punt? No, you got to –
Like, what do you do?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You would – I mean, Bo Bichette hasn't signed anywhere yet. Well, that's the thing is, like, they really want – They're interested over the last even few years. Like, they've been interested in players, but they're not willing to budge off the price. And, we talked about this even when it came to the Patriots, right? A little apples to oranges, but the idea of, hey, it's free agency. Guess what? Guys are going to go for more than they're probably actually worth.
Yep.
But that's the whole idea of waiting to free agency for these guys, not signing a deal early. This is their opportunity to cash in, and we'll see. Edwin Diaz got a pretty good deal. Schwarber got a good deal. Alonso got a good deal. Not insane. Not Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani deal, but those guys also aren't the players that those 2 are. But I thought, I'm not like, oh my God, what a dumb move by the Orioles. I don't think anybody's saying that. Maybe the Red Sox are.
I mean, when we asked Bradfo yesterday, we're like, should Alonso get the Schwarber deal? He's like, no. And I think people thought the Schwarber deal was too much. I think they're both completely and totally fine.
Yeah.
$30 million a year and
so
150-ish million total.
Twice the money. He's not twice the player.
I think those are completely fine deals. I mean, are they the smartest deals in the world? Maybe not. But Bradfo tweeted this out earlier today. This is an old comment from Andrew Friedman, now with the Dodgers. If you are rational about every free agent, you'll finish 3rd on every free agent.
100%.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're just going to be rational and do good business and, we're going to sign smart contracts only in free agency, then you're never going to get anybody. You're never going to get anybody to the World Series. You're never going to get anybody of any value.
No, and it's frustrating because it felt like the roster was going in the right direction where you have a bunch of young, cost-controlled players on the roster. You have homegrown guys on the roster. You re-upped a bunch of them, right? So you're looking at it right now. You're like Roman Anthony and, Brian Bayo, Christian Campbell. We'll see what the returns are on that. But, like, those guys are all locked up. Cedar Rafaela. Those guys are all locked up. You're going to, I think, save money on most of, especially Roman Anthony. You're going to, like, save money on that. You got rid of the Devers contract. You're no longer paying for, like, Chris Sale and some of these other guys that were on there, or, like, Walker Buehler and Giolito. Like, decent salaries off the books. So this is the opportunity where, you might have to overpay for a free agent. And if it's one that fills all the needs on the team, go ahead and do it. And then you don't, and it's like, I don't know what the next option is. Whereas, like, hypothetically, you don't get Bregman. Well, you could get Bichette. And if you don't get Bichette, well, you could get Marte. And if you don't get Marte, like, I guess you could get, theoretically, Seager. I don't think they will. That seems like way too much money and too old, apparently,
right. Well,
to get Seager.
By their math.
But, like, that's a handful of guys there. They could miss out on all of them, but at least you're still sort of playing that game. Right now on this one, you're not. And that's why you should have, even if in your mind you're like, this feels like an overpay, you should have done it for the team.
100%.
Don't worry, guys. They'll get it bad at the deadline.
Maybe.
6th year in a row they need a first baseman.
I don't think they're going to be adding anything at the
They've
deadline.
had a first baseman since Mo Vaughn.
Mitch Moreland.
Oh.
I mean, Mitch Moreland, I think, squeezed out an all-star game.
Mitchie Two Bags was an all-star, I think. Yeah,
he was awesome.
Yeah, I think he was.
Okay. Well, all right, calm down.
By their standards back there. What are you talking?
A first baseman on the team that could actually
he
hit.
likes him because he could field. That's what he likes.
He liked him because he could pick it. Well, then give me Doug Minkiewicz. Thank you very much.
So I went into last offseason with pretty high hopes for the Red Sox, like adding talent, and eventually they did. They got Bregman. They struck, I think today is the 1 year anniversary of the Crochet trade? I think it
might be.
You said
Happy 1 year anniversary.
You said the other day it's December 11th, right?
I don't remember what I said.
So I believe this is when the deal went down for Garrett Crochet. So I had high hopes last offseason, and they delivered. I mean, Bregman they ultimately signed. It was a glorified 1 year deal.
It was 1 year ago today, Jones.
Thank you. They got Garrett Crochet. I believe they got Narvaez today as well. You don't need to check that, but I believe that was all on the same day.
We said goodbye to Kyle Teal, Brendan Montgomery, Chase Meredith, and Winkleman Gonzalez. Winkleman Gonzalez.
Maybe you can say hello to Kyle Teal again.
So
they're on him now?
They've been linked to him, which makes no sense. So
get him back.
A year ago, I had pretty high hopes, and they got it done. This year, I had higher hopes because they were in the playoffs.
It seemed like they were close.
Yeah, and you kind of thought if John Henry was ever going to invest, and I guess this is stupid of me, you kind of thought if he was ever going to invest, he'd do it because he felt like he had a competitive team, a team that could go for it. The fan base was back to a degree last year.
And he saved money.
And
That's
you could spend on Alonso, you're still saving money. And they're still not doing it?
I was hoping we were going to be smiling today.
Well, no. We were told we'd be smiling by Friday.
That's true. There's still time. Still time for a smile. I didn't smile yesterday.
What do you do if you're Will Fleming and they make a big trade between today and tomorrow? Do you just storm back onto Twitter and take a victory lap?
Yeah.
Or is it, I mean, you said you were leaving Twitter.
Undertaker gif?
No, not Undertaker gif. You do the Mia Goth from Maxine's weird smile at the end where she's like scary.
Pearl.
Oh, Pearl. Yeah, when she's like doing like this scary smile at the end. That's what I do. I just tweet a bunch of smiles.
So
If they get Boba Fett, that's a smile.
he promised smiles.
Yeah.
And then he said yesterday Twitter's a cesspool and he's out.
Twitter is a cesspool.
Well, he's not wrong about that.
No. That
I feel like most of us have known that for many years, but apparently that occurred to Will yesterday.
Yeah.
But so now he's going to show himself out. I mean, that's an abrupt change. That's not quite.
No, I know. But he's got more time.
That's not quite your Ralph over there turning
it's
himself
not
into
Ralph.
a Twitter.
No, he didn't deactivate the account, I don't believe. I think he just said he's done with it. Because
Because
people were probably saying mean stuff. I think we've all been there.
not only
It
are
is
we-
Twitter.
Not only are we not smiling, yesterday was horrible.
Or frowning.
Yes, yesterday was actually bad. It wasn't just like, well, they still haven't done anything yet. Poke them with a stick. When are they going to do something?
But we got
it
more
was
time.
an actual bad day yesterday.
Yeah. But to Will's defense,
Yeah.
he didn't say, guys, they're getting Pete Alonso.
No.
That's how everybody took it.
Yeah.
I
Well.
don't even want to be around anymore.
Yeah, but
That was Will's last tweet.
were you smiling yesterday? He said
No,
we were
I
going
was
to smile.
not
Okay, well,
smiling
then there you go.
yesterday,
He didn't say
Jones.
Pete
You were
Alonso.
with me most of the day. Did you
said
see
we-
a single
No,
smile?
he said we were going to get good news. That's
No.
not good news.
It's 72 hours. It hasn't passed yet. We got time.
In the meantime,
we have
we
the
were-
freaking countdown clock to the Super Bowl on in here. That's not helpful.
In
We
the-
need
Okay,
Will's
okay,
thing.
but in the meantime, we were all on the verge of tears yesterday. That's the opposite of smiling. He
We
didn't say
have
anything about
until-
Alonso specifically. He said smiles.
Friday, 4/22. There needs to be smiles between now and then. There could still be.
I am not bracing for them.
They traded away Von Grissom.
That
you
was
smile a little
that
bit?
was a nice step. A little smirk on that.
Yeah, smirk.
617
He didn't promise
77.
smirks. He promised smile.
He
and
promised a
one
full-
belly laugh.
He promised, ear to ear is what he promised. Not like one little half smirk.
I know. Oh, like the Grinch.
Yeah,
When the Grinch smiled,
one of those.
and then his heart grew 4 sizes that day. 10 sizes?
Sick
I've seen it a
brag,
lot.
bro.
I've seen it a lot.
We have
You've seen it so much you don't know how much his heart grew.
we have clients for
I know.
that.